Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another weekly Facebook Live. And I am Jennifer Edwards, and I am here to talk to you today about being nice. And I will apologize in advance if there is any eruption of dog barking. I am babysitting a puppy. So hopefully, fingers crossed that she will not erupt. So just a reminder, if you have not already, to go on and sign up for my weekly email. Generally, those come out on Wednesdays, and I give, a little bit of a blurb about some topic that occurs to me, very often stimulated by my own experiences in life. And it's an opportunity for me to share some things that I go through, or just some perspectives on how to maybe view things a little bit differently to enable a little more happiness into your life. So today's conversation, like I said before, is around being nice. And another way of saying that is kindness. But when I was in it, I was thinking that kindness and being nice are actually not 100% the same thing. And again, we can get into semantics, but for some reason, niceness is what occurred to me. And on Monday, I was doing relief work at an animal hospital nearby, and I went out at lunch to run some errands. And I went first to Verizon because my iPad did not have any cell service. And there it is. And I had to get a new SIM card, and I walked in, and the gentleman was like, "Hi, how are you?" He signed me in this little iPad, and I waited maybe 5 minutes. Another gentleman came and took me over, did blah blah blah, did his thing, replaced the SIM card. We took my iPad out of my Apple iPad case, and there was a smushed, totally flattened, petrified fly adhered to the inner surface of my iPad. And I went, ew. And they started laughing. The guy from the table next door came over. He's like, "What are you guys looking at?" The guy that was helping me ran off and got some paper towels and a wet wipe. And I'm sitting there, and everybody's laughing. And we just had a great time. Fixed my iPad, and away I went. I then went to Best Buy and walked in. A nice gentleman at the door said, "Good afternoon. What can I do for you?" I said, "I need to return something." He said, "Right over here." I followed his gesture, went into the customer service line. Another nice young man was there and helped me. I was actually 2 days past the return window. Apparently Best Buy is only 14 days. I did not know that. But these plugs I bought were the wrong kind. He said, "No worries, I just need to get approval to refund you." I said, "Sure." Got on his radio, called a supervisor. We waited, called again. He said, "Oh, he's coming from the warehouse. He'll be right here." I said, "No problem." Supervisor ran over, click, 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 click. He said, "You're all set." The guy said, "Oh, thanks, man. You're the best." He looks over at me and said, "You got your your receipt emailed to you. You are all good to go." I said, "Thank you very much." As I was walking out the door, the first guy by the door said, "Have a great day." I said, "Have a great day." And off I went to Starbucks because I couldn't really return to work without a coffee, right? So off I go to the Starbucks drive-through, order my iced coffee. I pull up to the window, and this young woman was just the brightest smile. She's just like, "Here's your coffee." And I said, "Thank you so much. Have a great day." And she just lit up. She's like, "You too." And I drove away. And I was like, you know, I really had to sit there and reconsider some notions, some ideas that I have developed over the past few years, and that I hear people saying all the time. It's like, "Oh, people are grumpy, people suck, people this and everybody's nasty and all our clients." And I really got in that moment that if we can actually sometimes just stop and be present with people, that for the most part, people really just want to be nice. They just want to have a good day, whether they're the ones getting the service, whether they're the ones giving the service, like in my case. Um, they just they just want to be happy and have a good day, just like we do. And it's funny because all those other people that we look at that, oh, they're not nice. It's so funny because if you were to be in a conversation with one of them, they would probably be saying, oh, I just wish everybody would just be nice. And I really, really, at a deep level, got that people are, if we just give them a chance to be, and if we're open to hearing it. So, and that's the key, and that's where we can be responsible for how nice shows up in our life, is being open to hearing it and to seeing it. Because very often people do nice things and it floats by and we don't even notice it. And then we walk away still with the idea of everybody's grumpy and nobody's nice. And if we receive it and we acknowledge it and we reciprocate it, then we reward that person's behavior. Then our energy is elevated. Then we're nicer to people that we encounter, whether it's coworkers or family members or people out there in the world. And it just can become a positive cycle. So I went back to the animal hospital. It was not time for me to go back in yet. And I sat in my car and I typed up my weekly email about being nice. And funny thing is that when I closed my iPad, I was in this big parking lot. There's an empty, a vacant grocery store, big parking lot, a few scattered cars, and behind me is the little strip where the animal hospital was. And so there's like nobody around. And randomly, I opened my car door to get out, and these two men were just walking through the parking lot, both smiling, and they both looked at me as I opened my door. They go, "Hi, how are you today?" And I just had to laugh because I literally just finished typing up my email about being nice. And I said, "That's perfect." And I said, "I'm great, thank you." So while I was typing my email, I came up with what I called the game of nice. And I want to share that with you today. There are many things in life that we don't ever have to do. You don't have to do it. I don't have to do it. But we can do it for no other reason than we choose to. And take it on like a game, because life really is one big game that we're all playing. So the game of nice is just basically intentionally bringing nice into your life, both in giving and receiving, for no other reason than you choose to. So you intentionally are nice. Everywhere you go, you say, hello and hi and how are you? And, you're at a restaurant and somebody's making something and just say, "How's your day going today?" You wouldn't believe how shocked the faces that you'll experience if you truly get in there with people and acknowledge them and recognize them and inquire as to how they're doing and how their day is, when most of the people just ignore them. So just really bringing that, regardless, and here's the kicker, regardless of what comes back to you. Because it's really easy to be nice when everybody's being nice to us, but how do we show up when other people aren't showing up as perfectly? Now, I'm not talking about somebody being downright belligerent or nasty or mean. Like, you need to respond appropriately to a situation when it comes up. But part of the game of nice, though, is when that happens, you set your boundaries, you respond appropriately, and then you let it go. And again, that's the kicker, that's the tricky part, is you let it go and you don't let it now ruin your whole day. You don't now let it get you in a bad mood, and now your whole day is upset, and now you're like, people, right? You just say, and you answer appropriately, you stand up, you tell that person whatever you need to say, and when the situation is over, you let it go. And you move on with your day, keeping your energy high, and again, being nice to the next person that comes your way. The thing with energy, your energy levels, and I do talk about this a lot, is that like attracts like. Law of attraction, what you put out is what comes back. So if you put out nice, and it happens to be that not nice comes your way, or not nice comes your way regardless, and you allow that to make you cranky or make you upset, then that upset is actually going to draw more upset to you. Whereas if you can shake it off and move on in your day at a higher level, you will start to attract more higher vibrational energy to you, more people who are kind and happy and in a good mood. Nobody, not one person, is in charge of your energy, your mood, your experience of life, your quality of life, other than you. No one can make you unhappy. No one can make you upset. No one can make you anything, right? So when we can be responsible for that and understand that, then when Mr. or Mrs. Grumpy comes by, we can choose to let it go and still continue to go on with our day. And again, it's not, I'm not talking about, living your life in a fabrication and pretending you don't have any emotional responses, but I'm talking about just as an experiment, taking it on like it's a game. So, lastly, if you do this, I would love to hear comments about how it went for you and about anything that opened up for you. You can put it in the comments. You can send me an email through the message. I would love it if you have a question, if you say, well, I did this and this person did this and I don't really understand, like, how was I supposed to, I would love to have a conversation with anybody about this. There's no supposed to also, right? You do what you do and you are who you are, and it's just all about awareness and choice. So that's all I have to say about that. And the last thing I wrote in my email that I just want to share with you, because I think that this is important, and this comes to the recognition of people out there trying to be nicer, is that in the face of all that's going on in the world, there is light coming. People want a shift, and they are starting to shift. Recognize it, allow it, be it. It's what the world needs, and it starts with you. So I will leave you with that. Again, I invite everybody, please share everything with your friends, the email list, the videos, the Facebook page. I would love that. And I wish you all a fantastic, nice day.